There are a lot of foot health courses out there, and let's be honest, it's overwhelming. So you're probably sitting there with loads of tabs opened on your computer, you're comparing prices, you're reading reviews, and you're sitting there thinking, what's the best course for me? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I found my foot health course and what I would do differently if I was to start again today. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a self-employed foot health practitioner in the UK, and this video is part of my mini series where I'm taking you from thinking about becoming a foot health practitioner all the way through to qualifying and setting up your own foot care business. So if this is the type of content that you're interested in, then please do consider subscribing. So I found my course through word of mouth. My friend was a foot health practitioner, and naturally I asked her, where did you train? And I booked onto the same course, no questions asked. Now, looking back, knowing what I know now, I would have done my due diligence and checked out certain things first. Luckily, the training provider that I trained with, they were very good and I had absolutely no regrets, but it could have gone a different way. You might not realise this, but the foot health practitioner is an unregulated profession. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not a real profession or that we don't do a great job, because many of us do. We thrive in what we do and we have built some really good careers. It just means you need to be a bit more mindful when choosing who you train with. So for me, I would choose an accredited foot health practitioner course because I would then know that that course has been looked at properly and it meets certain standards. Once I found some accredited foot health practitioner courses, I will then look at the entry requirements. So different providers, they can set their own entry requirements. A lot of them are pretty much the same. So I did go online to check what those entry requirements are because they can change over time. Pretty much the same as when I trained, but this is what it says. Minimum age 18 plus, basic level of education, so good standard of written and spoken English, access to the computer and the internet, ability to work safely and professionally in a clinical environment, basic IT skills, and yeah, if you go online, you will see what the entry requirements are, but they're pretty much standard throughout the different providers that offer this course. Next, I'm going to look at the structure of the course. So knowing what I know now, I know how important it is to have that hands-on practical training. It's all good knowing the theory and having a certificate on my wall saying that I'm a foot health practitioner, but if I've not had hands-on experience treating normal everyday people's feet, then I'm going to leave that course feeling very vulnerable and very unconfident. A good accredited foot health practitioner course would offer at least 2 weeks practical training. The theory is usually around 10 to 12 modules, which you then complete within their time frame. Both are very important, but the practical training is where you have that real hands-on experience treating people's feet. Now, cost obviously is a big factor because I need to know that I can afford to go onto this course. So I would definitely check the different types of prices there are. However, there are some really cheap courses out there which I would advise you to run away from. So I recently went online to check the different prices, and a £25 foot health practitioner course, it popped up. If you see this, then just run, because when you book onto a foot health practitioner course, you're booking onto a professional course. £25, come on now. To also consider is the location. Is it doable? Can you travel that far, especially when it comes to your practical training? So I would be asking myself, how far would I be willing to travel? So when it's the practical training, if a training provider is quite far away, you're more than likely to be staying over. So that may mean 2 weeks away from your family, as well as the costs of staying in an accommodation. So you may want to choose a foot health practitioner course which is more close to home and more doable. It was definitely something which was on my mind at the time. What's really important to me, especially as a self-employed person and a lone worker, is that I get support from somewhere. So if I was to choose a training provider, I would need to make sure that they offer ongoing support after qualifying. And a lot of the time that is through membership. So I'm a member of my training provider and I still contact them today, and I know that I could feel confident contacting them, asking them for support if I needed it. So you'll find that a lot of the training providers who have membership, they do offer CPDs as well. They do conferences, so that continual support and continual professional development is still there, and that support system is there. So I would definitely go with a training provider who offers that ongoing training and support throughout my career. Now, what I've noticed with myself and other foot health practitioners too, from what I've read on the forums and things, is that people want to progress. They don't just want to be stuck in the same place that they were when they qualified. So if I was choosing again today, I would choose a foot health practitioner course that would help me to progress. So I'd probably be thinking in the long term and maybe considering doing the podiatry degree in the future. So I'm very much a backup plan type of girl. So I would want to find a course which would help me to progress if and when I wanted to. However, you may be at a stage in your life where you're thinking, do you know what, this is fine with me. I don't particularly want to progress, and that's also fine, because there is no such thing as a perfect course. It depends on what feels right for you, and it is definitely a personal choice. So once you've chosen your course and enrolled, the reality is that you're going to be studying while living your everyday normal life. In the next video, I'm going to talk about what studying the course is really like, the time, the challenges, and how I actually made it work around everyday life. I'll see you there.